So, I'm currently attending the Melbourne International Film Festival. It's the first time the festival has been held since 2019 due to repeated coronavirus shutdowns, and I've been seeing a lot of interesting movies that I wanted to talk about. One of the films I saw was Bodies, Bodies, Bodies from Dutch director Helena Rein, and to my surprise, it was actually fairly enjoyable. This is the latest self-aware horror comedy from A24, and it's essentially a satire of Gen Z. And in typical A24 fashion, it was also marketed with a highly misleading trailer that portrayed the movie as an obnoxious buzzword bukkake aimed at TikTok-addled 15-year-olds.
You're always gaslighting me.
You fucking trigger me.
You are so toxic. Relax, relax. You're silencing me.
Is that all you got, motherfucker?
Did you just fucking shoot me? I can't believe you're making this about you.
How do you do, fellow A24 fans? However, the script was actually pretty decent. Each of the characters was relatively well fleshed out, and the dialogue was fairly natural for the most part. Now, don't get me wrong though, a lot of the script was definitely still cringy, but it also felt like an accurate representation of the way people this self-involved might actually talk. The film's performances were funny and entertaining, and while none of the protagonists were particularly likable, it seems like this was by design, as their unpleasant personalities are treated as a vehicle for petty, interpersonal conflict-fueled dark comedy. I saw one review that described this movie as a smart film about dumb people, and while I don't necessarily agree, I do think it does a decent job of satirizing its audience without becoming completely insufferable and overbearing. The film is also relatively well paced. It gets the plot going pretty quickly, and once it starts, it just continues to escalate. I enjoyed the way a lot of scenes were lit using only the characters' iPhones and glow sticks as well, as it really added to the tense, claustrophobic atmosphere. Interestingly, the film's story is actually based on a screenplay by Kristen Rupanian, the author of the viral short story Cat Person, while the actual script was developed by playwright Sarah Delap. According to the director, the original version of the script was a much more straightforward slasher story, and little of it was kept beyond the basic setup and character names. And to be honest, this was probably for the best, especially considering that Rupanian was outed for being a bit of a femcel herself last year. The film's ending was also fairly amusing, even if the big twist isn't quite as clever as the director thinks it is. Although it still works as a satisfying narrative punchline, even if you see it coming from a mile away. While the film definitely seems like it's trying to make a point about the way progressive language has become weaponized as a response to imagined attacks, it's not really the focus of the movie either. It's much more plot and character driven, and I think a lot of viewers are just going to enjoy it as a moderately unique killer thriller, without really paying any attention to all the social commentary. Which was honestly a relief, because if that had been the focal point of the movie, I think I might have blown my brains out. It's hardly groundbreaking, but it was entertaining and engaging for the majority of its runtime. And that's why I'm giving Bodies, Bodies, Bodies a 7 out of 10. Check it out if you're a fan of horror or A24 films. I'm sure you'll find a lot to enjoy. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more reviews from the Melbourne International Film Festival 2022.
Oh, so good, baby.
Did he just fucking come? What was that? blew his load then. That was... Why the fuck does he always sound so horny when he's smelling perfume?